down 60, 100%. Right. Hello, welcome to Spotted UFOs, Ghosts and Cryptids. Just want to say sorry about yesterday's video. It was a bit. I had a lot of trouble with the computer and the internet. But today, courtesy of my son, he's let me use his desktop. So thank you to Wyatt, my son, for letting me use his desktop. I also want to say sorry for not doing any strange things for my weekly videos for the last month or so. Basically, I've just moved jobs. My last job I was in, I've been in since I left school, so I'm in a new job and I've had to learn new things, so it's sort of, I've had to put more focus into that. So I will be doing the strange things again soon. Right, first of all, I want to say hello as well to Spam Boy, my son Wyatt. He's just come up, said hi. The whole purpose of this live stream on Monday, a Cardiff professor come out with a theory that there could be life on Venus, which is very interesting. Basically, the presence of a gas which can only be found on this planet. Basically, could be found in factories. It's also said to be found on in the intestines of certain animals like penguins, fish, and it's also said to be found on ponds as well. So I wanted to know what everybody's opinion is on this video, on this subject. It is a very, very interesting thing to find out. A lot of other things, like there is a lot of basically a NASA scientist has come out and said that we should look at Venus. But then there's also, I watched a program the other day where Nick Pope, the British UFO expert, was talking to Tucker Carlson. Basically, Tucker Carlson did make a bit of a did turn around and say that basically, if we did bring anything back from Venus, we've got to be careful. You know, obviously we've got this virus now, we can't contain that. If they do bring something back and this life that's on Venus is actually some sort of virus, we've got to be careful. Now, it's really interesting to know what people's thoughts are on the matter and what they think. You know, basically just, you know, what's you know, there's been several. It's not actually an old theory apparently either about the Venus life on Venus thing either. It was also another scientist come out with it as well, which is very, very interesting. And that was quite and then, like, all of a sudden this comes out about it. Could it be, you know, basically a thing to, you know, disclosure? I mean, to be fair, I don't think if there is life on Venus it's going to be intelligent and zipping around in little flying saucers. I think, in all honesty, it's going to be like little microbes, which is still cool because basically it means that life can survive anywhere. It's not just on Earth. We're not alone, and you know, of the millions of stars and planets, there could be aliens, other species on there, and you know, it's we can, you know, on all those planets and stars there could be. There was one problem with Venus, is it habitable because of the atmosphere and the way it is there. You know, it's very hot, very cold, but they reckon that there is little pockets where life could survive. But saying that, saying that, a lot of, lot of, there was on our own planet itself, a lot of scientists have said, you know, life couldn't survive without the sun, but there's parts of the sea where the sun doesn't get to, and there's animals and fish that survive under the sea with no sunlight whatsoever, and they're also by really hot vents, so it's possible that life could survive and adapt on somewhere like that. Just enjoying my coffee. Basically, I also wanted to talk about the UFO that was seen in New Jersey as well. I posted that on the Facebook page. Basically, it was a Goodyear blimp in the end, I found out. I did post that on my Facebook page, but obviously Anthony Sampler, if he's watching, basically said it was a blimp, and then it come out later on it was a blimp, which is, it's true, it was. You know, if anybody's got any views, you know, what they want to, on what's being said, I'm glad everybody hear me as well. Obviously yesterday was tried literally everything. I've tried everything on my laptop today and it hasn't worked. The internet's not strong enough, but luckily my son has kindly let me use his computer, which is plugged into the Ethernet, which is obviously a bit quicker. So I just want to say thank you again to Wyatt for that for me. It's brilliant. Basically, it's you know, it's once again, Spam Boy 2009. They discovered it last week, but like I said, it's not a new thing. Another scientist also hypothesised this, that there was life on Venus, but they also found this phosphine gas on Venus, which, like I said, can only be found on this planet. It's basically it's found in the intestines of penguins, fish, and ponds, even swamplands. You know, I mean, if you go to a swamp or you go by a stagnant pond, there's that smell. That's the phosphine. It's also created in factories as well. But obviously on Venus there is no factories over there, which is how it's, you know, where is it coming from? But like I said, it's not going to be little green men zipping around. You know, but it's still cool in the fact of it's microbial life. It's a life that's on there. You know, we're not alone. There is something out there. But with all the millions of stars and planets, you know, it's possible. It is absolutely possible that, you know, there is life like us. You know, there probably is life out there that's zipping around in flying saucers and that are coming round to see us. You know, see what we're up to, the human race. Which, you know, I don't think I'd want to see the human race, in all honesty, if I could zip round like that, you know. With what goes on, but still. But you know, it's quite interesting. Right, Spam Boy 2009 again. Is the reason why I think there is life is because this planet also has pollution. Well, that's interesting. Basically, pollution. There is a lot of pollution on our own planet through cars and factories, but pollution's always been a problem. No matter what, it's always been. There'll always be pollution. You know, even in the dinosaur times, you know, there's volcanoes which let off a lot of stuff into the atmosphere. There's also methane gas, which is produced obviously from, you know, I'm gonna go into it, where it's produced from, but it's also produced from dead animals as well. You know, flatulence of animals, basically, that's where it comes from. So, you know, it could be a pollution that Venus actually creates. There could be, you know, there is gases on there. It is a gas planet, so, you know, it could be some sort of pollution, but it could also be a pollution caused by living things. You know, we ourselves obviously cause, you know, methane gas, which is, you know, which just pollute the air, atmosphere as well. So that's quite an interesting question. That was, yeah, a very interesting one. But we still actually do create a lot of gas ourselves. Right, okay. That's right. That's right. What else have we got? Let's have a look. We got anything else? Anyone else? Come on. Anything on there? No, I think that's okay. Alright, so I thought there was more on there. Right, yeah. Basically, um, I'll be soon be doing my Strange Things video, which the last couple of months was very interesting. Doing some of those, you know, putting some of the UFO videos on. A lot of strange things in the sky, especially over the lockdown time as well. You know, like you know, a lot of, you know, there could have possibly been drones. You know, there's a lot of rumours that the police was using drones to keep eyes on people, which was interesting. And that, you know, that's one theory of what it could be. But you know, it's what we got here. We got anything else on? No. Just having another drink of my coffee. Basically, I'll be doing it. Going back to doing the Strange Things videos, hopefully soon as well. It's just basically trying to get to do the videos. You know, obviously a lot of my days off have changed from when I was working at my old place. So obviously it's a bit more awkward to do the videos now. You know, basically wants to spend a lot more time with my family, but you know, it's hopefully we'll get back to doing that. But yeah, this is where there is you know, there's been a few scientists who've come out and says, you know, it's crazy that they actually do think there's life on Venus, and they do actually believe that there is actually something out there, you know, that's because it's not really an habitable place. It's either hot or it's really, really cold over there. But they reckon there is a little pocket somewhere where, you know, things could survive. You know, I do believe on other planets like Mars, I believe maybe if they took soil samples, there's probably microbes on that. You know, the moon maybe. You know, even though they say there's no, you know, there could be stuff on there that's, you know, little microbes that's living on there. But it might not necessarily mean little green men in the spaceships, but it could mean that. Right, Spam Boy turn on. It's just crazy how some little life form can survive in those conditions. It is. It's very, very crazy. It is crazy, you know. But life, like he says in the film Jurassic Park, it is true. Life does find a way of surviving. It does find a way. You know, it does manage to adapt to the way it lives. I mean, human beings have adapted. You know, we lived in some of us lived in hot countries, some of us moved to cold, and we all adapted to it, to where we are. Like, so life can find a way of surviving. You know, it is crazy that. It is crazy. It is crazy. I do agree, Spam Boy. I do absolutely agree with that. Right, I'll say anything else we got? Right, it's right. It is mad, and you know, I think somewhere like Mars as well. I mean, I think that's probably the closest to our own planet. I reckon there is you know, microbial life. You know, possibly even viruses, which, you know, probably have to be careful of if people do step on there. You know, obviously with all the trouble we're having at the moment with a virus from our own planet, you know, it's not a good idea, really, to mess with things like that, really. You know, especially like it is weird. You see a lot of science fiction programs. I mean, it's only science fiction, but it's you have to be careful of things like that being brought back. They have to be put into. Obviously, I know a lot of astronauts when they come back from space, they have to go into some sort of quarantine just in case when they come back. But yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Like I said earlier on, there was been several UFO, especially the one in New Jersey, which turned out to be a Goodyear blimp, which was quite funny when you actually zoomed in on it. You could actually see it was, which was very did look from a distance like it was. Basically, on the there's been a few things posted on the Facebook page, on the Spotted UFOs Facebook page as well. What's that say? You know how you have not been doing strange things? Have you seen things that you will put in your next strange things video? There'll probably be a few things I'll put in the video. Spam boy, yeah, there'll probably be a few things. But to be fair, I'll do it week by week. What I do, I'll go on there, I'll go on Facebook, and if I see something that's weird that's been in the news, I'll put it on there on my strange things video. If this stream does go well, I'm looking at doing a monthly live stream, as well as doing like my strange things every week. So hopefully I'll be doing a monthly live stream. Hopefully be doing it on a Friday. That'll be good to do that if this all goes well. Everything happens well with this live stream. Anything else on there? Nothing else on there. If anybody has got any opinions on what's happening, what's happening with this Venus thing, what they think of it, what it could be, or obviously it's got to be something. It's a gas that's either man-made or it's from something from Earth. So there's got to be something up there to make the gas. I know there has been rumours of methane on Mars as well, which, as you well know, methane is either caused through, like it's caused through like sometimes dead animals and stuff like that. Like it's peat bogs cause methane, which is like prehistoric animals that have basically turned into compost basically, and it's all the methane off that. Anything else on there? Let's have a look at anyone else. Oh, nothing on there. Nothing on there. Right. Yeah, it's I'll hopefully be doing this every month, a live stream. If anybody wants any questions on any of the videos. I did notice I had a comment off a person I think it was not my penultimate video before I stopped doing them. Basically he said, why don't I what's the word? I don't do anything. Anyone sent you any strange clips? No, Spam Boy says no, nobody sent me any strange clips. I haven't had any, unfortunately, yet. I've seen a few on Facebook. Anthony Sinclair also let me use some pictures of some that he's seen in Staten Island. I'm hoping to get them put on, but I might put them on a separate video. They won't be on the strange things video. I'll only do the strange things when it's something that's happened the week before. But I will be doing a video on his UFO picture that he's got. Anthony, as you know, I interviewed him, and basically Anthony uses a thing called the C5 protocols, where it was used by Stephen Greer, where they can summon UFOs. Basically, it's something like a meditation thing, which it'd be interesting to actually see that happen, see how that works. It'd be very good to see that. But he does regularly see UFOs, and I've had pictures. He's even put them on the actual Spotted UFOs Ghost Encrypted Facebook page. So if anybody is watching, please feel free to look at the Facebook page. I've also got Instagram. And what happened to you? Well, I interviewed Anthony basically back in June. I interviewed him, but it would be interesting to see, how these C5 protocols actually work, or if they do actually work. Or if when they work, like, it would be interesting to see them working and actually see UFOs being summoned. Like, it would be really good. Well, now Anthony sent a few videos and a few pictures, and they're very, very good pictures, very good, compelling pictures what he sent. Let's have a look at who we got. Yeah. What else is that? Nothing at the moment. Yeah, basically I had a viewer basically saying they wanted me to tell more on some of my more of my videos. Basically, I can't tell anymore. I don't know what's what. This is about a big cat. Yeah, he Spamboy 10 Yeah, he did mention about weird dreams when he saw a UFO. Yeah, he didn't. That was he said he had a weird dream about some. He had weird dreams while he was seeing these UFOs in his backyard, which was weird. Which was very weird, like. He said he also has had marks on his body. Which I put on one of the videos on his back, where there was like strange welts on his back, which he couldn't explain where they'd come from. That was interesting as well. Nothing on that one. Well, basically, I had a viewer mentioning I don't basically talk that basically tell more. Well, I can't tell much more about it, and I had a viewer saying this. Basically, I don't put and I put a better something about a big cat somewhere. But at the end of the day, I don't know. This is the thing with this channel. I'm not saying that these things are what they are. There could be some rational explanation, but some of them, I'm putting them on for people to give their opinions. So it's not. I'm not actually saying that there's if somebody saw a big cat, it could have been a little moggy, a moggy cat, somebody's pet. For all I know, a little cat, and they've just misidentified it. But I'm just asking people's opinions. What it could be, that's the purpose of this channel. It's research. It's not more like it's not me going out and telling you that's a UFO. That's actually a mountain lion. That big cat is. It's just basically interested in what it is. That's all. That's what it really is like. So it's not a. I'm not telling anybody on. Nobody else on at the moment. I don't see nothing else on. No, it is. Look. Nothing there. No more questions. If anybody else has any more questions about the stream, are you planning on doing any live streams or videos at haunted forests or creepy places? Actually, yeah. Basically, I'm hoping to get a new camera soon. I'm hoping eventually next year when COVID's all done. Basically hoping to go to some haunted places. You know, basically when COVID stopped, or if there's a vaccine, I'm hoping to basically go to a few haunted places and do a few ghost walks and that, looking around haunted places. I'm also planning on as well, place local to where I live. A good friend of mine um, basically saw a big cat. Now, you know, a lot. If to people who are not familiar with Britain where we live, we don't have big cats. The only cats we have in Britain, really, as we know of, are domesticated cats. You know, apart from the Scottish wild cats, that's the only thing really that we've got. Like, but you know, so basically, in this country, a big cat would be a cryptid. But basically, this friend of mine was walking in a place where he regularly walked and saw a big cat. Basically, they messaged me about it and telling me about it. So basically, I'll be doing a live stream on that, which would be quite interesting. What's that say? H-A-B-E. What's that say? What's that say? Nothing on there. Have you been sightings in other places that you know of? Is that of big cats? The big sighting of big cats, is that you're on about, Spamboy, or UFOs, or in general anything else? Because I do know there has been other sightings of the big cat that my friend saw. There's been other sightings in the place where he saw it. There's also been other sightings a few, you know, just over, not far from the area either as well, which I'll be saying more in the video when I sort the video out, when I get my new camera. Hopefully I can get that sorted. We'll be doing a new video. But there has been other sightings of this big cat there. That should be interesting to have a look around there, like. So that'll be what's anything else? Nothing else. Nothing else is anything. That's so hopefully I'll be doing more. If this all goes well, I'll be doing more live streams, which will be interesting to do. It'll be good to do, you know, and hopefully I'll have more stuff on there, you know, hopefully more talk about when we've got the Strange Things video on, which will be good. Have you ever encountered yourselves on weird things in general? That's Spamboy telling an idea. Basically, no, I've never actually had any encounters myself. I've never actually seen anything myself. You know, I would love to see something, and I am open-minded to anything that would, you know, what people see. It's interesting, you know, and I don't understand people who ridicule other people who have seen things. You know, I've never had any encounters myself, but you know, I know people who have seen weird things, you know, and they are people, you know, that they wouldn't lie about it. I know they wouldn't lie about certain things, and they wouldn't lie about these things. So you know, but yeah, I've never had any encounters myself. But it's always a subject that's interested me. UFOs, ghosts, cryptids. It's always been something that's interested me. You know, especially since I went to Egypt. You know, it's a very interesting place. You know, like the pyramids and that, and you know, the Stonehenge as well. How was they built? You know, you can't even build pyramids now with all the technology we've got. How the hell did we build pyramids back then? You know, with pieces of rope, basically. You know, it's crazy. You know, it is weird. You know, it's what else we've got? Anything else on there? No one else. What inspires you to do YouTube and channel about UFO? Like I said, Egypt, going to Egypt also inspired me into it. Also as well, a family member of mine saw something in the sky and basically basically told me about it, and it's interested me ever since. Also watching the film Independence Day also inspired me into it. I've always had this thing that and I've gone on YouTube a lot and watched a lot of YouTube channels about UFOs. I've watched Secure Team, a lot of their a lot of their UFO videos. That's an interesting YouTube channel. Ben Emblin Jones, who's quite interesting, he's a very interesting channel he's got as well. I watch a lot of theirs. And Richard D. Hall, very interesting people. That's what really inspired me to do my own YouTube channel and now research into UFOs and ghosts and cryptids. But obviously these last couple of weeks it's had to go on the back burner a little bit because of obviously changing jobs, so it's had to go on a bit of a back burner. But hopefully I'll be back up and running with the Strange Things again soon. So I'm really sorry if there's been no Strange Things videos these last few weeks, but hopefully we'll be back with more videos. Anything else? Anything else? No, anything else? There's nothing else on there. Yeah, but that's basically where I was inspired by to watch UFOs. I do know of other people who've encountered things as well. So they've always come to me and told me about things they've encountered, and I hope to do a few videos with some of the people who have told me about encounters they've had with UFOs. Obviously, like family members, a lot of the people I have spoken to are reluctant to even be taught, to talk about it. But there are some people who I know who've told me about it, who are willing to talk about it. So I'll hopefully do a video. Do you have a favourite UFO incident? Oh, okay. Well, it's hard because they're all cool, pretty cool, I think. Favourite one, I've got to say, I've read a lot of books on it. It's a really interesting one. Is the Rendlesham Forest incident. That's quite interesting. People aren't aware, or people who probably are aware, it was a UFO landed over a period of 3 nights over Christmas in 1981. One was landed, it was like a triangle shape, and it seemed to me when they touched the fabric of the craft there was light coming off it as they was touching it. It had hieroglyphics on it. The next one, same, it's it's a good one. It's very recent. It was in 2016. It's the Penturk UFO incident, where a lady called Kaz Clark, who's on my Facebook, basically she heard a plane flying over her house, a little plane flying over, like a figure of 8. And I was getting a bit annoyed with it because it was flying over at night, really low. This is in Wales, Penturk is, by the way, in the UK. As it was flying in a figure of 8. Anyway, she's gone outside, and they've watched it of a night to see what's going on. And then when they've gone out, another plane flew over, an ECE 3 Century plane with the big dish on the top. It's flying over, and that's flying in a figure of 8. Then all of a sudden she goes out, and this big pyramid-shaped craft just appears out of the sky from nowhere. and that was quite good. To have a subscriber goal for the end of the year, yeah, I'd like to get up to. I'd like to actually get up to 5. Well, realistically, I'd like to get up to about 300. Really, realistically, you know, that's probably my goal. Realistically, that would probably be my realistic goal, to get up to 300. That would be a good one to get up to. Anything else on there? Like I said, the Penturk UFO incident was an interesting one. It was a strange pyramid thing. Anyway, the out of this big pyramid shape was these little things the same size as a VW car flying all over the place. Anyway, there's a lot of Apache helicopters flying around that night. There was even sounds of gunfire. Apparently at the Glamorgan Hospital there was a who basically heard a loud explosion, and basically it was heard by multiple witnesses, patients in the hospital and people who worked there, and the smell of sulphur. You know, the Penturk UFO is a very, very interesting one. If you look it up, it is worth a read and to look up about. Who has helped you most to do things with your YouTube, your channel? Well, my son, basically. My son is a computer whiz. He's a genius. He really is. He's a really clever kid with his computers. You know, he knows literally everything. You know, he's really, really, really good with his computers. And that, like, he has helped me out. My wife's helped me out a little bit. You know, bought my own merch. Like, you know, and my phone as well. It's got its own merch on it as well. You know, I did that for Christmas and that, like. You know, that's good as well. The own merch. No, yeah, that's so yeah, basically my son's helped me a lot. My son does have his own YouTube channel as well. So, you know, if you want to check that out one day, I'll probably put a link to it on my page, or on the on my actual Spotted UFOs Facebook page. So if you want to check out his channel as well. Anything else on there? Send in the stream in a minute. What do you enjoy about this YouTube? Oh, I enjoy, you know, I enjoy UFOs. I enjoy doing all the UFO stuff. I enjoy all that sort of thing. It's you know, learning the information on doing the UFOs. I enjoy, you know, people looking at the my channel and stuff, like, you know, it's, and you hear that people like your channel, you know, and they say, you know, yeah, a lot of people saying, like, I had a comment on the I actually got a MeWe Spotted UFOs Ghosts and Cryptids page, and had someone say they enjoyed the work that I do, you know, which is good. It's quite a nice feeling that people enjoy watching my YouTube. And it feels good when people tell you that it's good. What else we got? Yeah, the Penturk UFO instance is probably one of my favourite ones. You know, it's recent. You know, it doesn't get, with a lot of UFO incidents, you know, they get watered down a lot. You know, through the years, they had little bits on, but this was in 2016. You know, it's quite fresh. What's my favourite part? YouTube. I do like YouTube. It's a good channel. It's good to post on. Favourite platform to share on, to share my YouTube videos and promote them, is the MeWe one. You know, I made a lot of subscribers through doing that. end the stream now. Thank you for watching, everyone, and hope